Ladies and gentlemen, Icon Swaps Free is here, and a little bit of short notice as well. Icon Swaps Free was literally only on the loading screen like 7 hours before they actually released it, and usually they, kind of juice it up a little bit for like 2 days, usually it is, I think, but we will not complain. Now, this is basically an objective guide. If you guys are new to the channel and new to these objective guides, essentially, I've been doing objective guides for like 2 FIFAs now, probably done well over 150 to 200 objective guides. I play the game quite often, so I understand the ins and outs. I give you guys my tips and tricks. I explain some things throughout the video that you may not know that can speed up the process. We're also going to break down the golden goal rule and how you can do that in these 1 league game modes to help speed up the process. Not even joking, by like 4 or 5 times the amount of normal time it would take. And as well, I am going to answer some common questions that I usually do get when I do these videos. If this does help you out, boys, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. So we're going to start off and look at the offline objectives. Now, my number 1 tip for these is simply 2 birds with 1 stone. As you can see, you've got win 6 squad battle matches on at least world class with 11 silver players, win 6 with 11 MLS players, 11 Brazilians, 11 English, and 11 first owned. This is just a foot champs one, which we'll get into in a minute. But my number 1 tip for these is double up on them. You can go silver MLS, you can go silver Brazilian, or you can go silver English, right? So when you play that game, if you've got a full silver Brazilian squad or something like that, when you're going to play the 6 matches with that silver Brazilian squad in your starting 11, not only are you going to get the silver icon swap done, you're also going to get the Brazilian one. So instead of playing 2 sets of 6 games for 2 tokens, you can get both tokens within the 6 games. You could do silver MLS. Now, a first owner, you're in a position, once I've given English, Brazilian, and MLS, you're in a position where you're going to have to play 18 squad battle games if you're going to want to get them all done. So you could go silver MLS, first owner English. You could get 3 done at one time and go first owner English silvers, but then you're still left with the MLS and the Brazilian to do. So it won't really make a difference. You're going to have to play 18 squad battle games, but if you double them up, that's better than what, 6, 12, 24, right? No, 30 games. You'd much rather play 18 games than 30 games, right? So that is, boom, cutting that time in half, split it up, search your club for first owner players, see if you've got first owner English players. You need at least 11, remember, so first owner English, first owner Brazilian, first owner MLS, something like that, and then you can go silver, and whichever other one you don't choose, and you'll be left with 1 more to do. So boom, just like that, you're splitting the time in half by like, I say splitting the time in half, you're reducing that time of squad battles to like, 45%, right? It's going to be absolutely OP. Everyone does it right. Everyone should know about this by now. Now, then you are left with a win 13 Foot Champions matches. Now, there's no easy way around this. You have to qualify for Foot Champs playoffs via enough division rivals points. Then if you qualify for Foot Champs by winning 4 out of 10 games, then you're in the Foot Champs finals. Now, Foot Champs playoffs do indeed count towards this. So if you qualify at 4 wins and then play to maybe 7 wins, wait, no, that's the worst mess I've ever done in my life. If you qualify with 4 wins and then play to 9 wins, you'll get to 13 games. So playoff matches do count. If I do give you one tip, it is maybe push on, if you can, to maybe 5 or 6 wins in playoffs, because I do find playoffs are a whole lot easier than actual Foot Champs finals. So that's my little tip for that one. Now, despite me saying 7 plus 4 equals 13, I think that's a pretty successful first one. Relatively easy to understand. One last thing I want to touch on with these objectives, with these squad battle objectives. Now, it is on world class difficulty, and when it does come to squad battles, what you're going to want to do, you get given 4 teams each time. We got a 191, I say a 186, basically a 186. You've got an 82 rated squad with low chem and an 84 with low chem. Now, what you're going to want to do, you need to play it on world class difficulty, and I could tell you now, I would even struggle playing this team on world class difficulty, because sometimes playing the AI is very, very annoying, and this is a very good team. So basically, you get given 4 different teams each time. Now, what I'll do is play the worst one, and as soon as you play 1 game from that selection, you have the option to refresh it by pressing square on the PlayStation and X on the Xbox. So this looks like the shittest team out of all of the other ones, right? So I'd go on that and play world class. Then after that game, I'll have the option to refresh it. I can't right now because I've not played the game yet, but you have to play 1 game from selection, so just choose the worst team to play on world class and then refresh. When you go through all of your 10 refreshes, your points will stop counting towards your overall squad battles rank, but it will still count towards the objectives, so you can just keep doing that. Play one shit team, refresh. Play one shit team, refresh, obviously assuming you don't mind too much about your squad battles rank. Now that does leave us with these free icon swap online ones. Now, you've got for icon swaps Serie A, you've got icon swaps Bundesliga and Ligue 1. For Ligue 1, you have to win 6, score 10, and assist with a cross in 5 separate matches using Ligue 1 players in the live foot friendly 1 league. Bundesliga, you have to win 6, score in 10, and assist with a through ball in 5 separate matches in 1 league. And Serie A, you have to win 6, score a finesse goal in 6 separate matches, and assist with a through ball in 5 separate matches. Now, with the 1 league game mode, I'll show you guys the 1 league game mode if you want. Now, this one is, I say tricky, it's not tricky, because this is where the golden goal rule comes in, right? And this is probably going to be quicker, and I'm not joking when I say this, but online swaps are usually quite a little bit quicker to do than the offline swaps, right? So you see 1 league here. As you can see, classic match, you can have only exactly 1 league. You need at least first own players. I know that first own players minimum 8 doesn't explain if it has to be in the starting 11 or if you can just chuck the first owner players on the bench, but going to my knowledge, it does have to be in the starting 11, and you can have only at most 1 lone player. So what you're going to want to do, I believe if I remember correctly, it was a Bundesliga, Ligue 1 and Serie A. I could be off a little bit there. Nope, it is Bundesliga, Ligue 1 and Serie A. So each time you need to do it in the 1 league game mode, you need at least 8 first owner players. Now, I can't give you guys a squad builder for this because obviously the players have to be in your club. The whole point of first owner is players you've packed or players that you're the first owner of, SBCs you've completed or a player you have packed. Now, what are we going to do? We're going to make a squad, and pay attention to what I just did. I called it golden goal, which we're going to explain the golden goal rule shortly. But basically, you can choose your league you want to start with, whether that's Ligue 1, Serie A or Bundesliga. But let's say you're going to start with Ligue 1. Have a look at how much first owner players you've got. Myself personally, I've got enough. Sure, some of them are quite shit and only silvers in that, but they're going to have to do. My Neymar's first owner, so that's 1, 2, we're not going to worry about positions right now, but it's 2, 3, 4, 5. It looks like I got plenty. 6, 7, and then the last one here, right? So I know they're all not the best, but this is my 8 first owner Ligue 1 players. Then you can just build, you can just buy some Ligue 1 players to fill out the rest of the positions. And you do have to fill the bench as well. Bench doesn't have to be first owner, so just search a club for that specific league and fill that bench up, no worries. So now that you've got your team, obviously we haven't done the right positions, but we've got the first owner players in. You'd fill it out, etc, etc. If you're going to be focusing on Serie A, then you'll search your club for first owner Serie A players, which I don't believe I've got too much of. I've got a couple, and then if you're up to the Bundesliga, then you'll do the same thing, repeat. Now, what I'm going to do and what I'm going to explain with this, after you've built your first owner team with at least 8 first owner players in that starting 11, and something else I did forget to mention, apologies for this if it's a bit confusing, I'm kind of, mixing it up a little bit, but one thing I did forget to mention, if you are missing out on first owner players, then the only way you can get first owner players is via packs or SBCs you complete. So it's got to be packs, right? You got to go down the pack route. Whether you play your Foot Champs, Weekend League, Division Rivals, Squad Battles, wait for your packs then. You're obviously going to get some first owner players in, but if you're too impatient, you want some first owner players now, I think the only way, I think the only way, disregarding rivals, champs, squad battle rewards, to get first owner players in your club is doing the silver upgrade where you trade 11 silver players for 3 gold common players in return. That is probably the only way you can get some first owner players, right? As it's going to be a little bit of a long process that way, but if your club is really down bad and you need first owner players, then you're going to go down that route. Now let me explain the golden goal rule to end off this video, and this is the most probably important part of the video. Now if you guys have heard of the golden goal rule, you're absolutely sorted, you know what you're doing. Now the golden goal rule is, by saying it in a short way, the most shortest way possible, it's an unspoken community rule that speeds up the process for everyone. In these 1 league objectives, there is absolutely 0 point playing the game out. You can try go for your finesse goal, your through ball assist, but if you go 1-0 down, you quit and you pause, go into the next game. If you go 1-0 up in the game, I would say, probably from experience, 90% of the time, the community's doing golden goal. You can get 6 or 7 different games done in a time it would usually take to play 1 full 90-minute game. So please lads, I urge you in this game mode, do a golden goal, alright? Do golden goal. It just wastes your time if you don't. I know there's some other unspoken community rules, like if you celebrate, then your opponent isn't going to quit and he's going to play the game, fair enough. If you score, go 1-0 up, skip the replay, don't celebrate, and as well, do not pause for your opponent. If he wants to quit and pause, he'll just pause himself. He'll quit that way. But I do urge you guys to do golden goal. It will speed up the process so much. Basically, you concede first, you concede first, you pause and quit, and if you score first, 9 times out of 10, your opponent's going to be quitting. I'm not even joking when I say this. I was doing the Premier League icon swaps when they first came out, the icon swaps 1 objectives, and I got 1 full set of these done in like 25 minutes. It was absolutely ridiculous. So obviously you got the different ones, you choose your league, you got the win 6, say Serie A for example, you want to be trying to get that finesse goal and getting that assist with a through ball at the same time. So if you can get a finesse goal with an assist with a through ball, go 1-0 up in 5 minutes, your opponent will quit, boom, there you go, you've only got 6 more to go and it's happy days. Hopefully this video did help you guys out. Hopefully you learned something. Hopefully I answered some of the common questions I do get. We've basically gone over how to get first owner players if you're down bad. Squad battles, obviously how to double the tokens up. The best squad battle games to play and you can keep refreshing. And obviously the most importantly, the golden goal rule, lads. So if you guys did enjoy, let me know if you got any other questions. And as well, I'll see you boys in the next one.